Chief Justice of India S.A. Bobde-led bench today deferred the hearing of the petitions challenging the decision of the Delhi High Court to resume physical hearing across Delhi High Court and other subordinate courts to tomorrow. The Supreme Court was initially not inclined to entertain the petition and in fact told senior advocate Kapil Sibal that Delhi High Court would be the best place to entertain this plea since the Supreme Court generally does not interfere in the decisions taken by the administrative head or the chief justices of the high courts. However, senior advocate Kapil Sibal submitted before the Supreme Court that there is a need to balance the right to access justice and the right to life, and that the lawyers who come to the Delhi High Court for physical hearings will be exposed to the spread of COVID-19. The CJI at this point said that the bench would like to hear the case in detail tomorrow. Well, while hearing a suo motu petition regarding the inefficiencies and inadequacies of the criminal trial process in India, the Chief Justice of India, S.A. Bobde, observed that just because a member who is a part of a committee seems to have a different set of opinion before he is a part of the committee does not mean that that opinion would influence his decision, because he was not a judge in any case. This comment from the Chief Justice assumes significance in backdrop of the recent recusal of Bhupinder Singh Maan, the Bharatiya Kisan Union leader, from the Farmers Union Committee as appointed by the Supreme Court of India. Well, the Supreme Court of India today heard a suo motu case regarding the expeditious disposal of check bouncing cases under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instruments Act. The court was informed that about 11 high courts have not responded to the report submitted by amicus curiae Siddharth Luthra and others. To this, the Supreme Court stated that all the high courts who have not responded need to file in their replies, and in any case, if they do not submit their response, then the Registrar General of the High Court and the Director General of Police of the particular states or the Union Territories need to be present in the court with their appropriate instructions. Well, a Justice Rohinton Fali Nariman-led bench of the Supreme Court today upheld the constitutional validity of the amendments made to the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code in 2020, which mandated that a minimum of 100 home buyers have to come together to file an insolvency application in the National Company Law Tribunal to trigger proceedings against a defaulting developer. Well, a CJI-led bench also heard its suo motu case regarding the remediation of polluted rivers, and the task of which has begun with the cleaning up of River Yamuna. Senior advocate Meenakshi Arora, who is the amicus curiae in this case, requested court that the Yamuna River Monitoring Committee, as appointed by the National Green Tribunal in 2018, be also made a party to the case, and a report from the said committee be also sought for, which would help in the suo motu case. This particular committee has now been made a party to the case, and a report on the recommendations and the implementation of those recommendations have now been sought by the CJI-led bench. Well, that's all from the Supreme Court today. Do stay tuned with Supreme Court Today tomorrow as well, and don't forget to like and share BarAndBench.com.